Fox 4's Briana Brownlee was the first on scene.
Speaking to our Fox 4's Briana Brownlee exclusively.
And Fox 4's Briana Brownlee has been in talks with the family for the past couple of days. She joins us live.
That woman's father was found murdered here in this driveway in the back of a car that Saturday morning. And to add context, I want you to follow me over here so you can see this mailbox that what appears to have multiple bullet holes. Speaking with croppers here at the farmers market, they're explaining to me how this corn represents some people's livelihoods. They actually presented these questions to not only city officials but also law enforcement. This road is looking like a lake. You can even see where the water is rising up on my shins. A car coming and driving down this walkway, and you can still see signs from what happened early this morning. Now, one of the guys that did catch her did tell me that it was an easy find, but a hard fight. You might find a shovel, and you might also still find some sand. However, what you won't find are bags. For those of you who have not filled up on gas, I do want to show you something. As you can see this yellow bag. You're going to see them around town. This gas station is out of gas. Different police cruisers from different parts of Florida. That's because all these agencies came together today to announce to Fort Myers that they would protect the community no matter how long it takes after Hurricane Ian. They saw Katie's car here in this driveway outside of this gate that Friday, September 30th. Neighbors say that she came to collect items and never left.
She liked to jump rope. She liked to climb trees, swim. Anything that involved the outdoors, she was for it.
And Robin's mother, Jan Cornell, also says the two of them loved to go on runs and watch horror movies. But never did Jan think she would become a victim in her own horror.
Looking into the master bedroom and you could see Robin.
I could see Robin.
Horrid memory summoning.
46?
Yes.
50?
Yes.
As she looked at crime scene photo after crime scene photo of her ransacked Cape Coral home where she found her 11-year-old daughter Robin and her friend 32-year-old Lisa Story, both killed 30 years ago.
She had really been crying.
In a tearful testimony with the accused killer looking directly at her, Jan told the court how she found Robin lifeless on the floor at the foot of their bed, face down with a pillow propping her body up. I saw those extremely graphic images, and Fox 4 made the decision not to show them.
The semen that is found on the bedsheet where Robin was sleeping when she was murdered matches the defendant to a frequency at over 1 in 700 billion.
Now 61-year-old Joseph Zeiler is the one the state says is behind that graphic scene, because his DNA matches what investigators found on the bedding in Robin's body. Zeiler only sitting a few feet away from Robin's mother as she cried, thinking about that morning decades ago. He just looked at the witness stand and refused to look at the crime scene photos. Zeiler's defense is that someone who knew the family committed the crimes.
Were you into some shady stuff back in 90? I gotta ask you, because the photographs were your family. The one that was with the head torn off was your daughter.
Defense attorney Lee Hollander says with the way the home was found that this has to be a personal or targeted attack. Walking through this farmer's market in Immokalee.
No one really wants to work in the farm. You know, it's not really a nice job.
Fox 4 heard from those directly feeling the impact of the newly passed immigration laws now in effect in the Sunshine State, which in part requires any company with more than 25 employees to e-verify citizenship of every worker.
But, you know, we mostly is Mexicans, Salvadorians, Guatemalans, some Haitians.
And is impacting the agriculture business right here in Southwest Florida. Jose Biliavos, a cropper in Immokalee, tells me he is noticing so many customers, farmers, and croppers leaving.
They kind of got scared with the new law. They were like, oh man, you know, if I stay here and they stop me by any chance, I'm gonna get deported.
When out grocery shopping at the supermarket, you may come across corn such as this one. It might not think much of it. However, when I was speaking with croppers here at the farmers market, they're explaining to me how this corn represents some people's livelihoods, whether they're selling it or buying it. They also told me with the recent state legislation, many people who are buying and selling this are actually leaving the state.
His crops are going bad because no one's here to buy them. You know, we got watermelon going bad, corn going bad.
I think we've all considered the fact of how it's going to affect our economy, how it's going to affect our food.
Eloise Ayala is an immigration attorney who's been serving the Immokalee community for years. She tells me with concerns surrounding the new state immigration laws. She says it's time for her community to take action. Now planning a labor strike this week where migrant workers take a day off as a protest. And to send the message, without workers, our local economy doesn't grow.
The point is that employers feel the absence of their workers. That if all those workers were to leave, the consequences of that.
You're such a gentleman. So how many rooms are in this?
Yeah, this was 1 bedroom. And this is another bedroom.
After coming home for the first time to see his home in shambles, Bob was in complete disbelief.
It sucks.
Fighting through emotion and shock of seeing what remained of his home, Bob still managed to give us a walkthrough of the damage.
Careful walking. There's just stuff everywhere. Kitchen. Dining room, a little bit smaller than it used to be.
He lives in a mobile home in the Minnesota Key, which is located near Englewood Beach in Charlotte County. Driving around the island, it seemed his area was hit the worst by Hurricane Ian.
There's pictures everywhere. There's just stuff everywhere. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. We'll come back and try and grab some other stuff and see if it that we can salvage.
He was out of town, but tells me social media is a wonderful thing because it helped him stay updated on what was happening at his home while he was away. But coming back to this,
yeah, it sucks. It absolutely does.